Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Jkun Presents. I apologize for my voice and me looking very wrecked. Civil War just ended yesterday, and needless to say, I'm very tired. I'm very exhausted, but I had a fantastic time. There were a lot of really good games out there that were played. Big shouts out to all the winners. And just overall, Virginia came out in force. This was our backyard that we had to defend, and I'm very happy with the turnout. The people I interviewed were more than happy to take the time and speak to me for a little bit, so I have a lot of cool stuff to show you. I've already posted the pictures up online, so those are already there for you to go take a look at and everything. Overall, my experience, I did a lot worse than I thought I was going to. I'm not particularly happy about that, but these things happen. This was my first major. It's not my first tournament, but it was my first major tournament. Dealing with some of the bigwigs in this scene, like Finger Cramp, New York Chris G was there. Nerd Josh, he's the guy that won Cross Assault. DJ Hoshin, Wolf Crone, Lionheart. There were, I think I may be missing a couple more, but they tend to escape me at the moment. But my highlights for the weekend, I did 0-2 in everything, and I was feeling a little upset about that. But Friday night, when Marvel was going on, some dude approached me and he was talking about, so how'd you do? And I was like, well, I got eliminated out of everything. He was like, well, yeah, I've been watching your videos and all that, and I was rooting for you, but I really didn't think you'd be able to pull off 7 games. And I think that ultimately that has been the issue, is I have overloaded my plate. I mean, me trying to be the dude where it doesn't matter what game it is, I'm going to be able to beat you in it. That is not a reachable goal right now. So what I do need to do is lighten my load, lighten my plate a little bit. So since Civil War is over, I'm dropping Blaze Blue, Continuum Shift Extend, because I didn't really play it anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Tekken is not going to be an Evo game, so I'm going to be dropping that until September when Tekken Tag Tournament 2 drops. Tekken is one of the games that I really started out on when I really started to dig fighting games, so I don't ever see myself giving up Tekken. And I'm more than likely going to wind up dropping Soul Calibur 5, just because of my track record with that game series. Like, the only one I really played with any regularity was Soul Calibur 2, and that was because I had the Xbox version and Spawn was in it. And anybody that sees the shield in the background knows I'm a big comic nerd, so naturally I'm going to play with Spawn. When Soul Calibur 3 came out, like, they added the character creation and all that, and like, I played it for a little bit, and then I stopped caring. And that was the same thing with Soul Calibur 4. I would play it for a little bit, and then I would stop caring. And the only reason I played Soul Calibur 4 for as long as I did is because I'm a Star Wars nut, and I had way too much fun going online playing as Darth Vader and making people mad, because he had some ridiculous stuff. I mean, so did The Apprentice, but I liked playing as Darth Vader more. But overall, I mean, I got to meet a lot of really cool dudes. Chris Bond from Fight Nation, we're definitely going to be keeping in touch. He's a 37-year-old dude still playing in the competitive circuit, and that gave me a lot of hope for myself, because everybody that saw my last video knew I was fighting with this whole thing of, like, am I too old to be getting into this now? And for somebody like that, who is the age that he is, really gives me hope for myself. So me and him will definitely be keeping in touch. Shot the shit with Nerd Josh all weekend. He was a really cool guy. Wolf Crone was awesome. He was a really cool dude. Anybody that you can, like, meet each other in the bathroom while you're washing your hands and wind up turning that into a 20-minute conversation about how much we hate gyms in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It's like, oh yeah, you hate the gyms too? Oh, then you're gonna want to see this. What? Yeah, this. No shit, that really happens? Yeah, yeah. So having the conversation with him was a lot of fun. Chris G eliminated all expectations I had of him. I expected him to, like, I had heard the stories that he was kind of a jerk. But I am glad all of those things were not true. I chilled with him for a good chunk of the weekend. Not like personally, but we were both in the same rooms and we were in a lot of the same tournaments. So naturally, we just kind of hung out and talked with each other and stuff like that. And we're going to be keeping in touch now. That was a lot of fun. Sunday morning, I ran into Marlon Pie. Marlon Pie is one of the best Dr. Doom players I've ever seen in Marvel. He was outside smoking and we were talking and stuff, and he streamed as well, and we were talking about how to bolster fans and stuff like that for people to watch. And I told him my situation where, like, if I do like my series run sessions, like my Let's Play sessions, I'll get a good amount of viewers going, depending on the day. Like, the highest I've ever gotten is 32 views. And he was talking like, yeah, I did this stuff, and I'll have guests from time to time, and it's not uncommon for me to get like 1,000 views in one session. And I was like, how the hell do I do that? And he was like, see what you can do about trying to get guests. And I just kind of sat there for a second quiet, and I was like, well, what's your gamer tag? He was like, oh, it's this. I was like, would you be willing to be a guest on my stream? Oh yeah, hell yeah, that'd be cool. I was like, alright, awesome. So I made friends with Marlon Pie too, so that was a lot of fun. I know some of y'all have no idea who these people are, but the best way I can really describe it is like, think like basketball. They're the professional athletes in like basketball or any other professional sport. These guys would be the equivalent of like some of the higher priced, more recognized players in a sport. That's how they are in the fighting game community. So it was a lot of fun hanging out with them. The entire event was streamed by Team Spooky. He's god among insects in the streaming community. Anybody who streams, has heard of a stream, watches streams, they know who Team Spooky is. And I got to talk with him for a little while. He gave me a lot of really good advice on how to improve my stream and keep my stream going. Ski Sonic, Ultra David, they were commentating the whole weekend. I got to hang out with them for a little while. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy that Virginia came out in force. Virginia proved that we're not as free as everybody thinks we are. And overall, it was just a great time to be had by everybody. Nobody was really complaining about anything, and things were so hype. On Friday night, we actually shut down the power to half the building with what we were doing. So that was kind of funny. But it was a fantastic time. I can't wait to do this again. And with my interviews, I'll be posting them up separately along with this video. So you're going to see like 2 or 3 uploads from me on YouTube in succession with each other. So like I'll have like 3 videos this week, which is very uncommon for me, I know. 2 of them will be the interviews that I did with Kronos and Fury Swipes, and then the other one will be with basically the guy that was running the show this weekend, Renegade. All 3 of them are RBA fighters like I am, so I put them in a little section called RBA Spotlight. And I had a lot of fun doing that, so I'm going to try and do that a little more often, the more gatherings and meetups I go to, like Strange Manor or Carey Street Cafe or Castle Grayskull, or any other things we may have going on before EVO. So other than that, I don't know what is really up next on the agenda. I think right now maybe I may be focusing a little more on streaming. I may try and get another e-cigarette review out very soon in the near future. With me working again, I may not have time to really devote to doing a more involved video like the video game review. The super review is still sitting there in the wings just waiting to be done, but that is going to require a lot of time because I'm just all the picking apart and setting everything right and all the editing that is just going to take a very, very long time to do, which I don't have right now. So I'll still be doing the streaming. The streaming is easy. You just click it on and go. And then I'm going to be practicing my ass off to get ready for EVO. Upcoming conventions, Animazement is definitely a go, so you're going to see another con report for Animazement from me again. Anime Mid-Atlantic, I may or may not go. It all depends on what's going on in June, and if I just want something to kind of pass the time, or if I'm just going to be focusing on other things. And then in July, I'll be in Vegas. I'll be doing what I can to chronicle what I'm doing there while I'm there. If that's not possible, then you're definitely going to be seeing a series of videos from me, kind of catalog everything I was doing while I was out there. So we'll see how all that goes. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for watching. Big shout outs to New York Chris G. He won Marvel, Skullgirls, and one other, I think. He walked out with he won Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Shout outs to Rai Rai. He won King of Fighters 13 and Tekken 6. Shout outs to Broken Tear Dominion. He took Street Fighter 4. What else was there? Skullgirls. Trish G won Skullgirls. Let's see here. Arcade Edition, King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat. Big shout outs to the top two in Mortal Kombat. DRS, MCZ, Kivo Daman. He won Mortal Kombat. Shouts out to my boy Blackula, who kept that guy on his toes the entire time. And in my opinion, you still should have won that match, but it was a great match regardless. Mad respect to the guy that won, and even more respect to you, Blackula, for toughing it out the way you did. That should wrap things up. Thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned.